All right, welcome back to another video. So in this one, this is going to be probably the first video in the series of stadiums, buildings that I've made, that I've been working on, that haven't finished kind of thing. So what we have here is what used to be Exploria Stadium, 2019 to 2023, now called Intern Co Stadium as of this starting season in 2024 in Orlando, Florida, home of Orlando City Soccer Club. Got a nice little mini bricks, I don't know what you call it, mini bricks thing that I bought online there, which was not easy to build, by the way. Anyways, so I made this about 5 or 6 years ago, literally in a few hours from pretty much two materials, and that was balsa wood and cardboard, and then obviously acrylic paints and stuff. Everything, all the cardboard was literally just from stuff around the house. The balsa wood was from those little kits that they sell at Michael's. Really cheap stuff. It was like $5, between $5 and $10, really cheap. And then, those little acrylic paint bottles that I have. I think I have one down here. Little acrylic paints like this that are, purple, white. The yellow there is just cut out construction paper. Because if you notice in the stands in the stadium, they have it spelled Orlando in yellow seats. So I just thought, put something like that you can see in the back there. So I'm going to really just run through the detail and stuff on how I made this. And it starts with very simple, a base wood plate that I bought from Michael's. I don't even know. This is like, I think it's a foot by a foot or something like that. Really cheap. I put a nice green layer of paint on it. You can see it's here and it goes all the way through the stadium. Because all I did was just, paint the lines on the field there. So a nice solid wood piece, tile piece, coated it in green acrylic. And then up came the walls. So I built from outside in first. So we had these 4 long balsa wood pieces around the sides. In the back, so I glued all those together, cut out, they really weren't cut much. And here's the thing, so I wanted to build this rather quickly in a few hours. So there was a lot of things that I could have been a lot more detailed on that I can get into. But I decided I wasn't, because I just wanted it to be done soon. And I thought it would actually came out good for only being a few hours. So anyways, so, those 4 pieces were glued together, painted over in the white acrylic paint. And then I hot glued the bottoms when they were glued on. That's pretty much where everything was stayed together with hot glue guns. And you can see in the notches here in the exterior of the stadium, and I'll get to in a second what these are made of, and it should be pretty obvious. Anyway, so I finished the exterior 4 walls, and obviously compared to the regular stadium, excluding the corner over here, that's a little more accurate. The walls don't come all the way up here because they actually stop at the top of the stands on the corners. But I didn't want to get so precise about it, so I was like, you know what, I'm sure it'll still turn out pretty good, like it did. So, I'm sorry if the camera's a little shaky, I'm holding this with my hand while I'm talking. So anyways, got the 4 walls up, and then I work on the interior. So all the stands that you see here going around are all cardboard. So I put the 2 levels of stands, the small areas, large areas, the ends, with pretty much one long section for the supporters areas, obviously, going around, and then same in the corners. So pretty much the two levels were only on the sides of the field. So you have the small mini section and then the larger, bigger section with the letters there. So put all those in. There were supports underneath that I put in on the ends there, in the corners. You can't see it on all of them. And then obviously behind, on the other side of the wall here, supports to hold up that. Did that cardboard, painted it over, pretty much, I think maybe 2 coats of the purple acrylic. Once that was done, so we had the exterior walls in the stadium, then came painting the lines, because the roof was pretty much the last part, because, it's the top of the thing. So it came the lines. Obviously, you can see it's not perfect, so it was literally just hand painted. I think the exterior lines might have been marked with a ruler. That's why they look pretty straight. And the center line, but obviously the circle, I could touch it up right now if I wanted to, but it was nothing that really, was in a rush. But it came out really pretty decent for just being hand painted. I wanted to put goals in, but at the scale of which this was made, which was no particular scale, the goals would have been so small. So I was like, you know what, let's just leave it an empty field. So I did the painting there. Once that was done, then I put the board in. Now, I should have thought better when I put the image on the board. So basically, if you look at this, it's coming apart. So first of all, mistake there. You see the ton of hot glue that could have been easily covered up. This is the board, obviously the Orlando City. So this is basically the giant, jumbotron video board they have in a corner, which looks pretty good. And the back of it is pretty similar to this. Nothing up on the walls like on the sides there. But the thing I messed up was that when I printed out a picture from the computer to put on it, not only does it have the board in the picture, which was a mistake, see, but the board displays the gameplay of the field. So I should have put a picture of the game going on, because that's what the board shows, the projection of the game going on, just like in a hockey arena or basketball arena when you have the game going on the Jumbotron. So that was a mistake there, because I don't know, so now it looks bad because I put a picture of the stands in it, but I mean, you get the idea. So maybe I'll change that in the future. But once that was done, then it came to the roofing. All these sticks, all toothpicks. This was not easy as you think it would be, because with toothpicks and hot glue, especially doing the exterior parts going around, I should have done it more too, because it does technically continue around the whole side, but I just wanted to do the parts that held up the roof plates, because they needed support, especially on this area going down. So literally I had glued all the toothpicks first, and the painting was the last step. And once I glued them all, I painted them. There's still some flaws. You can see some little areas that missed paint, like literally I had done this in like 4 or 5 hours, very quick. But it came out pretty decent. All the roofs held up, and it's crazy how these like toothpicks actually support these roofs like that I had built to try and make it resemble the Inter & Co Stadium in Orlando, because if I actually didn't have any of these toothpick supports to hold up the roof with the structure, and by the way, this is supposed to be similar as the structure itself, I might have just put some extra toothpicks just to hold it up, because basically without these toothpicks, not necessarily these, but these two roofs were actually sagging. And I don't know if you can see, like this one I think is like slightly sagging still, but like they actually act as supports, which is crazy, because the only thing that, this piece of wood, because I think this is balsa wood here I put, is sitting on is just a ledge. It's just hot glued on the ledge. So over time, it's literally just sagging. So literally, when I put these on and glued it, I had to pull it back so it holds it up. And you can, slight saggage there still. Like this one's pretty good though, pretty square. This one's pretty decent, and the other one over there is pretty decent. And that was pretty much it. A few months ago, I just took 5 or 10 minutes out of these little balls on top just to give it more. I mean, I feel like over time, I'll keep changing it. Eventually I'll cut down these corners a little more and make it more realistic on the corners of the fields. But I mean, to be honest, this is pretty impressive for only done a few hours. Like I said, going back to the name, so I've been a fan probably since 2017, 2018 of the team, and it was established in the MLS in 2015. Prior to that, they were not an MLS team. They were another professional soccer team. I don't remember if it was the United Soccer League or what it was, or some other league. 2015, they became MLS team. They won, since then, they've won, what was it? Was it the US Open Cup, I think it was, in 2022 or something. So, a decent team, still have things to go. So they lost the stadium rights, or the namings, to the Exploria Resorts last year, and starting this year, before they started their season, they signed a deal with Inter & Co. Now, being a Miami fan, wow, I can't believe I just said that. Being an Orlando fan, because we're talking about Inter & Co Stadium, Miami got a team in 2018 by David Beckham called Inter Miami. So you can see the controversy and frustration over the Inter & Co Stadium naming, where people are just like, why would you do that? The rival, in-state rival for the Florida Derby, Inter Miami. Why would you name the stadium that? So unfortunately, Orlando City is not off to a hot start. When this video is going up today, they're playing, I believe, in Atlanta. hopefully they can turn their season back around. It's only like week 3, I believe. That may not be right, but it's still the beginning of the season. Plenty of matches to go. They can definitely turn this around. But yeah, I wish they'll still call Exploria. But so now intern Co. I forget how long the deal was they signed for. I don't know if it was 4 or 5 or longer, 4 or 5 years or longer. That's just the address on West Church Street. So yep, that's pretty much it. Just a little quick look at this cool little stadium I built. Like I said, I may make modifications to it and make an update video long down the road when I want to, add more details to the top of these, or bring down the walls on the side to make it more accurate. Maybe add some mini nets if I can find any miniature nets somewhere. Fix the video board, things like that. But I mean, for what it's been, it's really good. Unfortunately, it's extremely hard to dust, particularly on the tops here. It's not too bad here because this is cardboard, so I can get a cloth or something. But the field and tops, since it's wood, and around the edges here, like if I take a normal feather duster, it will just, things will get caught on it, all these little strings and feather stuff, because, it's so roughed up around the edges, and, being wood, it's not easy. So thanks for watching this video. Like I said, there will be plenty more videos of other stadiums I'm working on, or buildings I've constructed or in the process of. So, I look forward to showing you more of that, and feel free to subscribe, and many more videos to come. Thanks.